Good morning, everybody. Welcome back to cilinixfxcapital. Hope you're all doing great, and welcome to this new video right here on Bitcoin. We're going to do a full update. I might even call this an emergency update because, and I think I have good reason to do that because we're getting some pretty not even volatile, but pretty aggressive selling, right? I mean, you can see right here. That since the Asian session this morning, Bitcoin has been dropping. We'll talk about that. We'll talk about what's going on, or at least what could be going on, because this is quite major, right? I mean, if you go to the 12-hour time frame here, and you take a look at the volume down here, like the volume we're seeing, is the highest volume we've seen for a very long time. Right, so it's the highest, okay, since the Tuesday the 15th when we had that first pullback after the new all-time high, but it's relatively very high, right? And for a pullback, that's quite it's a little bit worrying, right? Now, do I think ultimately that you should be scared right now? No, but there are some interesting things going on, right? Now, first of all, the fundamentals at this point of time, I would argue, are still fine. If you take a look at the S&P 500, for example, that's still acting completely normal. There's a bit of a pullback right here in futures, but that's normal, right? I mean, ultimately, this is still in a very strong uptrend. And then the Coinbase Bitcoin premium. Look, here we already see some things which we might not like. But ultimately, it is still at a premium, right? So that's good as well, right? So at this point of time, at least, I would argue that there's no need to worry about that either. Although you do see that at some points we actually got into a discount here and there. But all right, so what's going on? We broke down below the balance that we have held, which I thought started to become more unlikely. We have always spoken about the possibility of this in the last couple of weeks, right? We knew this was a possibility. And the main support level we always spoke about was right here between 115 and 114,000, which we are nearing right now. And I, as a bit of a spoiler, I do think that's going to hold. However, what we're seeing is that there's a huge amount of short positions being opened on Bitcoin right here since the Asian session, right? So that is what you can see right here. And then, the question is well, why is this happening? And is this something to worry about? And I could, look, it could just be some sort of manipulation. It could just be some sort of hedging, whatever. Could also be that they're waiting. I mean, you can see the open interest has gone up an incredible amount, and most of that has been with the CVD dropping down. So a lot of shorts have been opened. Longs have been liquidated as well, and at the same point of time, open interest kept rallying, so more shorts were piling in. And then after that, it started to become a little bit more mixed, but still shorts coming in over the last couple of hours as well. So what is this? Is this manipulation? Is it them preparing for some OTC desks to start selling off a lot of Bitcoin? It's a possibility as well. Look, we don't know. It's a little bit anticlimactic. It's a bit of an anticlimax. But that's the truth, all right? The only thing we know is the chart, and we should be aware of what's going on. We should take it into account. I would say the risk in the markets right now is relatively high. But ultimately, technically, this was always expected. We always knew this was a possibility. And we have a major support level right here at 114.6 and 113.3. And at this point of time, given all the fundamentals around the markets, like something is happening and there's definitely bearish pressure. So I do think we're going to move into that level. But for now, I do expect that level potentially with a spike down a little bit lower towards that 113, 112 level where we also have a fair value gap. I do expect that to hold. And I also do think that from there we can not only find support, but also fill the imbalance to the upside, get back into balance. And then from there we'll see again. But I think a new all-time high is not ruled out yet. So those are my thoughts. I do think, regardless of the shady business that's going on right now, I believe in my analysis that I've, or I believe in this support level that I've spoken about for a long time already. It's incredibly strong. I don't see any reason why it would not hold. So if we get any bad news, I will not buy there. But for now, my plans are set. And I'll keep you updated on this probably a little bit later during the day. But for now, that's what I think you need to know. So thank you for watching. I'll see you all in my next videos, and bye.